Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Heather, or the Sassy Cinderella, and today we are going to be reviewing and doing a tutorial about Microloop / Microbead hair extensions. You all know I love my hair extensions, and today we are going to be testing out these Microloop Microbead extensions from Moresoo Hair Extensions. Thank you so much to Moresoo for reaching out to me about reviewing these. I'm very excited. I've been wanting to test out some Microloop style extensions. If you're unfamiliar with these are extensions you actually put in piece by piece that grow out with your hair, and then you slide them back up. So this is more of a long-term style hair extension if you want it to be. From what I understand, they're really easy to get on and off, but might be helpful to have an extra set of hands, especially in the back of your hair, since you are doing individual pieces. So I have enlisted the help of a friend today who is going to be talking about this with us because she is the expert, she's a stylist, and also we will be showing you how these are applied and how these are taken off, and just giving you our thoughts about these extensions. If you are new to my channel, I do a lot of product reviews and lifestyle content over here, so definitely consider hitting that subscribe button and turning those notification bells on so that you are notified when I upload new content. And give this video a thumbs up as well. It helps the channel out and also lets me know that you enjoy this content so that I will continue to make more for you. Now, these extensions came in this nice packaging with this beautiful sort of hairstyle on the front. These are the Microbead hair extensions, real human hair. These are 22-inch. It's a 50-gram box, and I got a 22-inch set as well as a 24-inch set. This is in the color P number 4/27, which is dark brown mixed with 27 caramel blonde, and they are micro ring, microbead, microloop style hair extensions. So I'll take these out and sort of show you what we're looking at, and then we'll talk to you about applying them and see what we think. All right, so I'm here with my friend. We are getting ready to try these out. So I'm gonna unbox them and just kind of talk you through some first impressions, and then we're gonna talk to you about how this works when you are putting in, like I said, the Microloop micro style extension and having something that can have a little longevity to it. So taking these out of the box, I do have two boxes. I have opened one already, but it comes in this packaging here where it is in a sleeve. It's protected. You can see everything's nice and straight. And I know sometimes with the Microloop microbeads, that's what we were talking about, sometimes you have to have several pieces of equipment to install them, but with these you actually just need a pair of pliers. So you can get those on Amazon, so it's a really easy thing. You might even have something at home that works already, but if you want something specific just for your hair only and not being used on like a vehicle or something crazy, then maybe get a small pair just for this install. So like I said, I do have a 22-inch set and a 24-inch set, which is the longest they came in, which for me, with as long as my hair is, I always need the longest, but obviously that will be up to you. The color match looks like it's gonna be really, really nice. It's maybe just a shade darker than my color, but I have multiple tones in here, so it's gonna blend out really well. It's very, very soft hair. The color's beautiful, and yeah, we're both just kind of anxious to try this out. So I have two 50-gram packs. This is 100 grams. It really just depends on how thick you want the hair to be. I would definitely probably suggest at least 100 grams if you want it even thicker. The great thing here is these are individual pieces. You can throw as many in as you want. So yeah, let's try this out. Okay guys, so we did sort of a test row in the back. So we're just gonna sort of show you how that row laid out and then talk to you about the install. So far we like them. They're behaving really well and it was really easy. So we're gonna go around back. So when putting these in, you're gonna wanna leave some space around the edges. This is the first row. You're gonna wanna leave about an inch on each side, and then you're going to want to leave probably about maybe 1.5 inches or so underneath. That way when you put your hair in ponytails or wear it up, you don't see any of the beads. This is the first row. We went ahead and got, you know, just continue the row straight across. Now we're going to do the second row right on top. Another thing we talked about too is when you install them, to try to at least get a little room away from your root line, because it might pull more on the actual root of your hair. You don't want to get breakage or anything happening back there. So don't feel like you have to go all the way like skin tight to your scalp. Right, exactly. I feel like somewhere I want to like put that sound effect in where it goes, wow. You know what I'm talking about?
We should totally do it. That'll be a good one.
This one already has the loop installed, which makes for super easy installation. just so you guys can see, there's a loop already installed on here. Some will require you to get sort of a loop tool, but this has a loop that pulls out from underneath once you get it onto the hair. So she's going to use the loop and pull the hair through the loop.
And then pull the bead through.
And then you just pull the bead through, and that's it.
And
Clamp it down.
it's in a good spot, and then clamp the bead down.
Yeah, so these are really, really easy. From what I've seen other people do, this is definitely easier than some. All right, guys, so we just finished the back of the hair. That was about 1 pack of the 50-gram set, the back of the hair, and we did start with the longer ones. Now, obviously, when you order, you can order the same length, but I had a 2-inch difference between them. So we ended up doing 5 layers, starting at the base along the back of the head, 5 layers, and we kind of learned a few things as we went. Now for me, I have very thin hair, and with the beads, there is always the risk of them sliding around a little bit, which is okay because that's actually how you get them on the hair. You just want to make sure you clamp down really good. And if you do have thinner hair, it's probably best that you make sure you get a big enough piece of hair so that it helps hold that into place, because we are going to be more susceptible to sliding around and things like that. So just a couple things we were kind of talking about as we were going through it. So we've gone 5 layers from the base, and now we are going to start in on the sides of the hair.
Okay, when installing, you want to leave 1 inch just about all the way around the hairline. Top, don't even worry about the top yet. Just that way, when you pull it back or your hair just lays a certain way, you don't see the actual beads. You want, it's almost like the forbidden zone.
Forbidden zone. So we are just gonna do a few right through here. I am gonna kind of zoom in so you guys can get a real close-up on the actual application. And then she just used the pliers to clamp it into place. All right, guys, so we have finished our install, and we still have hair to spare. So we did use about 1.5 packs, so 75-ish grams of hair. Again, I do have thinner hair, so I think depending on the thickness of your hair will help determine how much you need, but this worked out really well. The color is a great match. It was very, very simple. I mean, we're very pleasantly surprised, especially with it already having the wire on here so that you don't have to worry about that part of it. So I'm basically just gonna have her show you sort of where the rows went so that you can have an idea of maybe where to place these when you get them. We did think the thicker pieces for thinner hair worked better. So again, if you're going to put this onto thinner hair, just make sure you get a big enough piece of hair because it's gonna hold better.
Basically, through the sides, where she parts her hair matters too. We didn't put as many rows on this side, probably about 2 rows of about 3 or 4 each, right through the side. About 5 to 6 rows straight up the back to about actually right here at the crown, like right below. That way when her hair parts, you're not gonna see the beads or anything.
Or ponytails.
Or ponytails, yeah, that's mainly, around the face. And then on this side, because there's more hair that went this way, we went up a little higher. Probably did about 4 rows of 2 or 3 through that side, just to keep it balanced.
Yeah, and then we were talking about washing too. You were saying you don't want to wash it normally.
Yeah, you don't want to scrub it like you normally would when you wash your own hair. Like you scrub your head real good. You got to be more delicate and gentle because you don't want them to get matted. Which is extensions, it's happened before.
Yes.
Which will cause breakage and terrible, terrible things for your scalp. So you almost just want to kind of smear it. I know that sounds crazy, but just smear
it makes sense.
The shampoo in and rinse it really, really good. When you go to brush it, just be extra gentle. Don't just
go
brush
ripping
it like
at it.
right.
Yes, and we were talking about too with extensions, you know, if you are working with it, curling it, washing it, whatever, you're gonna have a little bit of shedding. Like, that's normal. We have shedding with our own hair, so don't have the expectation that you're never gonna shed. It does, you know, these are very, very nice so far. We really like these. We do want to do like a little curl test to just kind of see how they curl, how they handle the styling, but so far these were extremely easy. This whole thing is great. They're very soft, and the color match for me is spot on. And especially with these being thinner, like individual pieces, if you wanted to give yourself like a highlighted look, I think this would be a really good way to do it, where if you wanted to pick a different color, you could easily highlight your hair this way too. So that's kind of a fun option to consider as well. So let's do like a quick, just try curling a piece and see how it takes to the curling iron, so I can give you like 100% honest review of these extensions. Also keep in mind that you do want to understand that because of the way these are applied, they can slide a little bit. That's also how they get reapplied later on. So that is the nature of these. There's nothing wrong with that. That's totally normal. So just keep that in mind, kind of monitor them. And if you need to reclamp it, you can reclamp it. We will also show you real quickly how to remove one. If you do want to remove one for some reason, it's really, really simple. You basically bend the, like the little metal piece the opposite direction, and it should just slide off. But we can do a little curl test, see how she's looking, see how she's behaving. Voila.
This piece has more.
Okay, we're gonna do this piece too because there are more extensions in it. So we're gonna do another section here. But so far, I mean, that looked good. So we'll see how this piece does, but looks pretty good. Yeah, is it good?
It does great.
Yes. So I mean, really everything about these, I have no complaints. Everything behaved wonderfully. The color's beautiful, they're soft, they went on easily. They kind of gave you a head start with the way these are designed. So this is definitely a recommend. So talking briefly about removing these, I can probably just show you on a piece here. So, all right. So I've got a piece of hair without the loop on it. If you guys can see this little kind of ring over here, right now it is flat as if we pressed it on the hair. So you can see this isn't, this is like if it were right against my head. So we've got this little piece here flattened to the hair. So to take it off, you would come in to the narrow side and just push it now back into a circle or in the opposite direction. There you go. And it would just slide down off the hair. So it's very simple. You could do most of this yourself except for the back of your hair, which is why we are here with a friend today, because we knew getting the back of my hair was going to be impossible and that probably my husband wasn't going to want to attempt this. So yeah, very, very simple install.
This is my first time ever doing these, and so.
But she's a professional, so she understands this
I get
stuff.
it, but I'm like, I've never done this kind of like before, so.
Well, no, I totally get that.
For that being said, though, that's pretty easy, though.
Yeah,
that's pretty simple.
You know, it's kind of like, okay, way back in the day, y'all may or may not know this, but I did cake decorating professionally for a long period of time. And it's kind of like once you learn certain techniques, you kind of have a basis of everything, and you see something and you're like, okay, that makes sense because I already know A, B, C, D, E, F, G, you know? So no, that makes total sense, but this went in really easily. It is a little time consuming, so set aside a decent amount of time to do it, but yeah, I mean, these turned out really great. Like I said, they curl, so I'm impressed. I'm impressed with these, and this is a fun way if you want something that is, like I said, a little bit longer term. You just will have to monitor and make sure if you have any sliding that you go in there and just kind of make sure they're clamped down real good. Tighten them up. Tighten them up. Yes, exactly. So, all right, guys. So here is the after. Obviously, I will go through and take some photos, fully styling this. Each pack was $76.99, so for the 2 packs you're looking at about $150, which is pretty standard for extensions. So I think that's a fair assessment. And yeah, we're a big fan of this. So this is a cool, different way to do extensions that I think probably less people know about, which is why I thought it would be really cool to explore this longer term option. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Leave me a comment down in the description box below. I will leave all of the information for Moresoo down in the description box as well, so that if you guys are interested in trying these out, you have all of that information available to you down there. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and I hope you have a great rest of the week. Bye.